If you do not wish to miss any of my Rise of Iron videos that are coming up in the next couple of weeks once it releases, make sure you go over to my channel page. There is a little cog in the top right hand corner by the subscribe account. Press that cog and press send me all notifications for this channel. This will help you get access to my videos because sometimes YouTube sub boxes do not work. You can also do this on mobile by going to my channel page, and there is a little bell sign next to the subscribe account. You click that bell and it will tell you that you are being notified, and you will get notifications popping up on your phone. Welcome back, Guardians, to another Destiny video. And in this Destiny video we're going to be talking about the tower and how it might be closed and unable for us to access during the launch of Rise of Iron. So before we get into the video, guys, yesterday you smashed the like goal of 400 likes on the 1v1 sniper match between me and DPJ. If you haven't watched it, I highly suggest you do. It's hilarious and fun. But today let's aim for 500 likes because your continued support helps me out immensely and I love you for it. So if you don't mind, let's try and hit that 500 like goal. So why would the tower be unable for us to access during the launch of Rise of Iron? Well, it's all to do with these spinny lights around our heads. These are the infections that are being passed around in the game. So what it is, we don't know fully yet, but the infections give you an increased XP and increased reputation gain, and you get these pretty little lights around your head. And they've been passed through Crucible, just killing each other, orbs of light. There's been so many theories on how to get these, but ultimately they are being pushed through the game for reasons unknown at the moment. It's going to have to do something with Rise of Iron. So let's have a look at these infections. We have Brilliance 3.2, we have Glory 2.1, we have Splendor 2.6, Magnificence 2.0, and Fortitude 3.1. There's no indication to how different these are from each other than different numbers after the name and different colors representing each one, but they all have an increased XP and reputation gain for the duration of this transmission. I believe it will disappear once we hit Rise of Iron. So all of these viruses don't stack up together. I believe you get one buff from one of them and then the rest are just there for pretty colors. Now let's talk about Owl Sector. Now Owl Sector is like the viral website which is showing all of the infections spreading throughout the game, how even they're spread, how often they're spreading, etc, etc. And if you want to go over and have a look at this site, you can, because there's conversations and transcripts of those conversations on the site, and each of these conversations fall underneath one of the names of the viruses. So if you go over to the Owl Sector site and press open Owl Sector records, you can see on screen conversations underneath each and every single virus. Now I'm just going to be reading the last paragraph of the last virus, Fortitude 3.1, because that ties in with this video. So reports of Geographer Quist OS 163 for Owl Sector records, not that anyone reads them, assigned to incident transmission under protest. In consultation with the Vanguard, the Owl Sector decided to restrict travel between city and tower. Checkpoints have been installed, landing clearances have been revoked. We can fly as far as the stars, but we can't walk under the Traveller. This will last as long as it takes to determine the cause and cure. All tower residents fall under this restriction: Guardians, civilians, the sick, and the well. When I joined Owl Sector, I pledged to uphold and support the tower and its guardians, our best and last defense against the darkness, no matter what threat arose, no matter what cost. I am forbidden to go home. So what this looks like is, because we have all been infected with whatever these infections and viruses are, the tower is being quarantined, as to say, so they can figure out the cure and actually then go ahead and cure it, and then we all get healed and all that great stuff. But what does this mean for the launch of Rise of Iron? Does this mean that we are not going to be able to access the tower? And it would kind of make sense, because the new social space, Fellwinter's Peak, you have to go and fight and be able to actually open that social space. So you have to go in there, get stuck in, kill a lot of enemies, do some stuff, and then you get access to that social space. Now if you have a social space like the tower, then you don't really need the new social space straight away. So maybe they're going to lock off the tower to make sure we go and get the new social space. So what does this mean for us? Specifically for me as a content creator, that means I'm not going to be able to do like a package opening or an engram opening per se. Like we don't know what's happening in the other social space and how long it's going to take to open, or if we can go to the reef. But ultimately, things like factions, Vanguard, Crucible, vendors could be locked off because they don't appear in the reef, and they probably won't appear in Felwinter's Peak. What that means for us as players is that this is building story, and gives us a reason to go and play the missions and Rise of Iron before we continue doing our day-to-day stuff. So I'm kind of excited this as a player. I'm really excited because I want to go and see what the new social space is like. But as a content creator, that means I'm not going to be able to make like my package openings till whenever the tower might reopen. And it could be something they've done purposefully so that people who are edging their factions and getting packages prepared, just so that when Rise of Iron launches, you could just tick them over into the next reputation level and get packages which will give you new weapons and new armors and possibly new exotics before they want them to actually appear in the game. So they might lock off the tower and keep us from being able to access new things while we go and play Rise of Iron and enjoy the questline and the story. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think they will close the tower down, stopping us from accessing our Vanguard and factions and such things? If you do you think that's a good or bad idea? If you don't like the fact that they may close the tower, hit me up in the comments below. I'm really interested to see what you guys think about this. At the moment, it's all theory, but there is story and backstory and all stuff to do with these viruses that point to the fact that the tower might be closed at the launch of Rise of Iron. Hit the comments down below. Let's remember to hit that 500 like goal if you can, guys. That would be awesome. Thank you for watching. I have been Easy now, and you guys have been awesome.